Hello my wonderful friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarzana. We are going to be doing a exciting video today. It is a collaboration with a few YouTuber content creators. I will be linking them down below, so make sure you check out their videos as well. We are doing a collaboration where we are going to have our pets pick out our reads. I don't know how this is going to work, to be honest with you, because I have 3 dogs. I have very large dogs. They're a Cane Corso, a German Shepherd, and a Giant Schnauzer. And yeah, I don't know how this is going to work, but we're gonna give it our all. I'm going to have them pick out 1 book each, and I'm going to read at least 3 books in this vlog. So I selected 9 total books, and I'm going to be splitting them up in 3s for each of them. I'm going to hope that they just pick 1 book, and whichever one they go to first is the one that we are going to be reading in this vlog. If you watched my April wrap up and my May TBR, then you will see some of the same books, but I also picked a few others I also want to read. I'm straying away from my TBR a little bit here, but I want to have a little bit of variety as well, because if I read the same genre, I'm going to get bored. So I tried to have a different selection of each. So let's go through the 9 selected books that I chose so far. So the first book here we have is Pines by Blake Crouch. This is the first book in his Wayward Pines series, and I am really excited to read it. I loved Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and I really want more of his writing. And it is a fun short read, and it is like a thriller. I think this is also like a show or a movie or something. This is about a Secret Service agent who has traveled to, I guess, Wayward Pines, and he is there to investigate the 2 missing agents. And while he's there, he's experiencing some weirdness. He can't get calls out to his wife, and he's just like seeing some really weird, trippy stuff. Blake Crouch really sold me to his writing with Dark Matter, and I just need more of it. So I am really hoping one of my dogs picks this one. I also chose Insatiable. This is by Lee Rivers. This is the first book in the Edge of Darkness trilogy, and I just needed to throw in a dark romance, and this book and this series has kind of been calling to me. I am really hoping that I will be redeemed from Little Strangers. I really did enjoy Lee Rivers' writing overall, and this is a different kind of romance, so I'm hoping that this is going to really grip me. And I've just heard so many good things about it, and I have major FOMO, so I'm really hoping that one of my dogs also picks this one. Who am I kidding? I'm hoping that they pick any of these books, but I'm gonna stop saying that now because it's going to be repetitive. I also want to read Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I needed a good fantasy romance, and I heard The Slow Burn is everything. This is not a part of my May TBR, but I just got this in. This is the first book in Zodiac Academies. This is like their Luxe Edition set. I'm slowly getting all the pre-orders, but the first one came in, and I've been dying to do a Zodiac Academy read. I read the first 3 books and I stopped because all the books weren't out, but I'm like itching to go back to this world and just finish the whole series. So maybe we'll see. I also thought Real by Kennedy Ryan would be a good selector in this vlog because I've never read a Kennedy Ryan book before, and I've heard really good things about this. I believe this is about a actress and a director. This is a little bit different from what I've read before, and it is a contemporary romance, but I've heard that Kennedy Ryan does her contemporary romances a little bit differently with a lot of depth in them. I also selected Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I've heard nothing but good things about this series. I've been very hesitant to start this because we have no announcement of the 4th book, and I heard that the 3rd book kind of leaves us on a big cliffhanger, so I'm very hesitant to pick this up. Alas, I am very intrigued as well. I also decided to put in Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Denman. This is a part of my May TBR as well. It is like a apocalyptic comedic sci-fi thriller-ish, I guess. I'm so great at explaining this, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard really good things about it, and I just want like a good laugh, and I feel like this is going to be a fun old time. Our 8th option is Caught Up by Liz Tomforde. I don't want to keep raving on about this series and Liz Tomforde's writing and everything, but I need to get to this. This is a part of my main TBR, and I need to start it. So I really hope, this is like my top 3. I really hope one of my pups picks this. I have also been foaming at the mouth to read The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. This book is just gorgeous. This is my Fairy Loot edition, and I'm just in love with this book. And are you kidding me? Yeah, it's beautiful, and the plot also really hooked me. This is like a Victorian fantasy romance. I love a historical fantasy romance, and this is like giving all the vibes. It is a mixture of Bachelor as well, so I feel like I'm going to love this so much, especially after reading The Artifacts of Oranos by Nisha J. Tolley. I really enjoyed that, and I am still feeling like I want to read more books in that genre. I want to read all of these, so no matter which books my pups picks, I feel like I'm going to be happy regardless. So let's go ahead and bring them out and have them select these books. I'm so nervous. I hope they do well. Get your butt out of the camera. I'm trying to record. Yes, you're very cute. Yes, you did such a good job. You did such a good job. Oh my goodness. Ah. Okay. So it's really funny that they all went to the book that was like on this side. It was closer to the window. I don't know why. Maybe I should have like changed up the placement a little bit, but I didn't want to cheat, you know? The first book Lucifer picked is Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinman. And then Shadow picked Zodiac Academy by Carolyn Peckham and Susan Valenti. And Miss Hera, yes you! And Hera picked Pines by Blake Crouch. So I have quite the variety in our vlog here. You guys, I am so excited. This is going to be so much fun. Is this gonna be fun, Hera? Is this gonna be fun? No. Well, that's awkward. She's so affectionate one second, and then the other second she's like, leave me alone, I'm done with you. You already gave me my snacks. I'm very excited for this vlog. It's gonna be so much fun. Thank you for helping me pick a book. You did such a good job. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Such a good girl. Now she's just laying on me. She has like no sense of personal space. Okay, so I am going to read Dungeon Crawler Carl first by Matt Dinman, and then I am going to read Zodiac Academy, and then we're gonna read Pines by Blake Crouch. I think we have a fun selection for this vlog here. I am going to go feed my dogs because they're probably hearing Shadow cry here and there, and she's jealous that her sister is here and she's not. So I'm gonna go feed them and snuggle up with them and start Dungeon Crawler Carl. I will catch up with you guys in a bit. We are doing a midway check-in for Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinman. I made a pretty good dent on it. I am a little over halfway through. I'm on chapter 29. I might be finishing this today or maybe tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure yet. It is a very fun time. The way the story started was already off to a banger, and it grips you right away because of the events that take place. Let me set the scene for you. Carl, he is in his apartment chilling, and Princess Donut is his ex-girlfriend's cat. She ends up jumping out of a window, and it's freezing outside, it's winter, and Carl, he's like, okay, crap, I gotta go get this cat now. He puts on a leather jacket, he's in his boxers, and he can't find shoes, so he puts on his ex-girlfriend's Crocs. They're pink. He goes outside to get the cat, and all of a sudden the building just goes flat. Like, it's just flattened out. Everything around him is starting to just get crushed, and then he hears like this alien voice telling him how he has X amount of time to go into this dungeon crawler space thing, and once he goes into that, he's going to be a crawler. Basically, he has to like do all of these crazy things and level up. Like, it's a video game basically. So like, if anyone likes to play video games, you might really enjoy this. It reminds me of Mortal Kombat, Assassin's Creed, a little bit of Call of Duty, but it's also like on a trial basis as well. If you're also into Hunger Games, it's a little bit of a mixture between Hunger Games and like a video game. And it's just such a cool concept. I really love that about this. The story so far has been progressing with Carl and Princess Donut going up these levels, and it is very entertaining. It is very comedic. Matt Dinniman's writing is very amusing. However, I'm having a tough time connecting to the character, but I am enjoying the story, like the plot of it so far. But as far as just like connecting to the character, it's not really there. Like, I feel for him, but I'm not like 100% in. So we shall see what happens. This is the first book in the series, and I think there's like 7 books out. I am enjoying it so far. It is giving 3-star vibes right now. I really love the concept that it is basically like Trials, Hunger Game-esque, also like a video game. I also didn't mention this. They're basically in like an intergalactic television show, so it's also like a reality show. Just like such a cool concept. Everyone's watching him do all these crazy things to survive, and it's very gory. Like, if you're a little squeamish about violence, just know that there is a little bit of gore in this. I am enjoying it so far, so I am going to continue reading this, and I will give you guys an update when I have an update for you. So I have an update for you guys. I did finish Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. I gave this 3 stars. I enjoyed it. The concept of a post-apocalyptic, the end of the world kind of scenario was cool. I like the plot of it. I like the plot of them having to do a bunch of trials in order to level up so that they can go ahead and, I guess, exit the game and win their freedom. That's a really cool concept. However, it was like super repetitive. Levels were just them fighting and experiencing more and more gruesome beasts. Pretty repetitive, but the concept of it was pretty cool. I am interested to see what happens with Carl and Princess Donut. I love Princess Donut. I love Carl. Their banter is very comedic, and there's like this alien voice that narrates what they need to do and directs them and stuff like that. And I also think that they're super hilarious, and when they level up and they receive specific achievements, I think that's also very cool. There's a lot of cool things that happen here, but it was very difficult for me to like connect to those like fighting scenes. There's also scenes where they go on like a talk show where a bunch of people are watching them in the audience. It's like a reality TV show, and it's interesting, but I don't know, like, I'm not going to be crazy reading this, staying up at night to finish the chapter. And remember when I said I would read in the order my dogs picked out the books? Well, I'm a damn liar, because I started reading Pines by Blake Crouch. I just felt like if I picked up Zodiac Academy, I am going to need to binge the series, because that's how that series is. I really enjoyed Blake Crouch's writing, and going from sci-fi to a thriller, it just made more sense to me genre-wise and vibes-wise. So I did pick this up. I am enjoying it. I am on chapter 5. It's a very short book. It's pretty interesting. I think I remember the show now because I think I watched it. So little bits and pieces are starting to come alive in my mind. I kind of know what's happening, but at the same time, I don't remember everything 100%. So as I'm reading, I am remembering. I'm having a good time so far. I love Blake Crouch's writing. The way he writes his characters and scenarios are super eerie, and the vibes are just immaculate. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of this book. I will keep you guys updated, and I will touch base with you when I have an update for you.
Serve that paper, baby, I paid a pen. Said I am the one, cause you weren't. Feeling up today, even when the sky can't forget. Even when the sun don't shine, I got faith in you and I. With your pretty little hands. Even when I'm down to the wire, even when I do or die. We can do it, baby, simple as that. It's a love, it's a short time.
Hello! We have reading updates. I did finish Pines by Blake Crouch yesterday, and it was good. It was good. I gave it like a 3.75. It was a little predictable because I've already watched the show a little bit. Even though I didn't remember a lot of things about it, as I read this book, it reminded me what had happened in the plot, so it wasn't very surprising. So in a way, it almost felt like rereading a book, but it was pretty good. I really enjoyed Blake Crouch's writing. I love the concept of post-apocalyptic events that take place, and this reminded me a lot of Dark Matter, but in a different way. I think it's really cool, and it like keeps you at the edge. It's super fast paced. As you keep reading, you're questioning what is going on, and you're confused until like the last few chapters. And I loved the epilogue. The epilogue kind of tied this story together, but you could tell that there's more of a story to tell. So I know that this is a part of a series, and I am looking forward to reading the rest of the books. It was just a really good time, and this is short and quick. So if you're into like post-apocalyptic movies or books, then you might really enjoy this. There isn't much romance in it. If you're more into contemporary romances and stuff like that, there's no spice. It is basically like a psychological thriller, sci-fi thriller kind of book. I just had a really good time. I really enjoyed it. Again, 3.75 stars. It was not bad at all, and yeah, I had a really good time. If you've read the rest of the Wayward Pines books, let me know what your thoughts are. If you've even watched the shows, then let me know your thoughts. You guys know I waited to read this book last in this vlog because I knew I was going to end up binging the rest of the series after this, so I had to save it for last. Otherwise, I would not be able to get through those other two books. It was just not possible for me. So I did start my reread of Zodiac Academy yesterday. I didn't get very far. I'm like in chapter 4. I'm not going to spoil you if you haven't read this yet. I will not spoil here. But you guys, like just being back in this world, being with some of my favorite characters, and even though I know what's going to happen, it still makes me like super giddy and stuff, and I'm just really having a good time. And I'm only in chapter 4, but already a great time. We are in Solaria and things are just about to happen, and I'm just so excited. I just feel so giddy and so happy and excited, and I'm also like super worried because there's some scenes that I know is going to happen that, you know, I'm like dreading, but at the same time, like I can't wait for it to get to the good parts, you know? I'm really enjoying it so far. I am going to give you guys an update when I have an update for you. I have a feeling I'm going to finish this like tonight or tomorrow because I'm obsessed with this book. I'm obsessed with Carolyn Peckham and Susan Valenti's writing. It's so entertaining. They can never do any wrong. I love Ruthless Boys series. You guys, I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, so I will check in with you guys a little bit later and give you an update, maybe like midway through, but yeah, things are going great. It is quite literally like 4 hours since I updated you guys last, and I've been like working and taking breaks and reading, and I have gotten halfway through. I'm on chapter 12, and I am really enjoying it. I forgot how awful the airs were to Tori and Darcy. Yeah, I just came on here to let you guys know what a wonderful time I'm having. I love being back in this world. Just a grand old time. I'm literally kicking my feet and giggling the whole time. I am really frustrated with the Vega twins because of the stuff that's happening, and Oh my gosh. It just feels so good to be back in this world. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, but like that's how good it feels. And yeah, I'm just having a grand old time. I can't stop smiling. I'm gonna continue reading. I just wanted to check in with you guys real quick and let you know that I'm loving it still. I am really hoping to finish this later tonight. If I don't, then maybe sometime tomorrow. We'll see, because I've made such a big dent so far, and I'm probably gonna be listening to it. Like, I got the audiobook for it, so I'm probably gonna listen to it like while I'm cooking and doing a workout today. But it's so good to be back in this world. I'm having the best time ever. I still have like another hour and a half until I'm done work today, so I'm gonna continue listening to it as well. I love this world so much. I love Zoe Academy and I love this series. I can't. That's it. I don't know what else to say. But I'm having a grand old time. If you haven't read this series yet, you need to pick this up. It does have bully romance and everything, but you know, if you can look past that, you might really enjoy it. It is so fun. It just feels like a Fae reality TV show. It's awesome. I love it. I'm loving everybody here, and yeah, I'm gonna stop blabbering. I will check in with you guys when I have another update for you. So I have a reading update. I did finish Zodiac Academy, and it was everything that I had wanted and needed. Hera's joining us for the outro. This is a bully romance through and through, and no matter how many times I reread it, I feel like I'm going to hate the heirs, but also because I know that there's going to be a little bit of redemption for them going forward in the upcoming books. I feel like I see it in a different light now that I reread this, but it was still enjoyable. I gave this 5 stars. The first time I read it, I did give it 4 stars because it was just very difficult to consume. The sheer amount of trauma the Vegas were going through. And if you haven't read this series, it is a bully romance. It is like a reality TV show in a academic settings with fays. That is like the best way that I can explain it. If you're into romantasy, if you're into fantasy, and if you're into even like romance and you're looking to dive into fantasy, this might be a fun genre for you to start with. But at the same time, just go into it knowing that there is a lot of bullying, there's a lot of trauma, and a lot of physical violence that you're going to be seeing here. But at the same time, it is a grand old time. I literally finished it in one day. I did finish it last night. I started it yesterday morning and I finished it last night, and I could not help myself because I just had like the best time ever. Having the audiobook was also a fun experience. Sorry if you hear Shadow crying in the background. She's jealous that Hera's here. But it was a very good experience having to listen to the audio and read the book at the same time. I literally have been kicking my feet and giggling and cursing at the airs and just, you know, like feeling all of the emotions while I'm reading this book. And it's just been such a fun experience, and I'm so glad I did it. If you're looking to read a fun romantasy read, then this is it. There is a very slow burn. Nothing really happens in the first book. It is basically getting us set up, and it is introducing all of the characters to us and the world, and it's just a fun ride. So if you think that you can handle it, then definitely check this out. If you've read it and you already know how the series goes, then, you know, feel free to comment down below and let me know how much you love this so we can talk about it. We're gonna recap all of the books that I read in this vlog. I also read Dungeon Crawler Carl in this vlog, and it was my first Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Obviously this is the first book, and I've been dying to read it. And if you can see right here, I have the other 2 books right here. I only have up to book 3, but it is so much fun. I really liked the post-apocalyptic feelings, like the end of the world kind of vibes, and what can happen if the world ended and aliens basically took over. Many people say that humans are a lesser species, that there are more intelligent beings out there, and this book really explores that concept. I thought it was really cool how there were like different levels that the crawlers had to go through in order to win their freedom, win certain things to make their lives a little bit more comfortable. But it is totally savage. Like, you can get killed off for like the silliest of things, and it's just really crazy. I had a really good time. One thing that kind of turned me off a little bit was that it felt very repetitive, like them battling different beings, leveling up. I guess it was like a video game in a way, but at the same time, it was like the same thing. Like, it was just them battling, leveling up. I did give Dungeon Crawler Carl 3 stars. The repetitive storyline really got to me, and it just, that part I didn't enjoy as much, and I got kind of bored throughout it. That's the only reason, but everything else was really fun. 3 stars I feel like is still a book that I would recommend. This was a good time. I am going to be continuing on with the series. I'm excited to see what happens with Carl and Princess Donna. The way the book ended also was very satisfactory, so like things are on a good note. It was very enjoyable. I really liked it, and I would definitely recommend it. I also read Pines by Blake Crouch. This is the first book in the Wayward Pines series, and this was a lot of fun. I did watch the series a little bit. As I was reading it, I was understanding how plot was going to follow through. That way, a lot of things were not a surprise to me, but it was also fun because I was in the main character, Ethan Burke's mind, and the story is told in like third person thing. That was a little weird, but it was very cool. This is another like post-apocalyptic storyline. We have a different kind of scenario of how humans can continue on living after the world is over. It's a very cool concept. I am looking forward to reading the rest of the books in this series. I did give this 3.75 stars. That concludes our video. We had a good time recording this video, didn't we, Hera? Alright, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any pets, go ahead and put their names below, what kind of breed they are, if you'd like to share that. I feel like there's a lot of us dog parents out there, and I love my pets so much, and it was so fun being able to introduce them to you all, have them contribute in this vlog. It was such a good time. This was a really cool idea, so I'm glad we did it. If you stuck around, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
So unreal.